right, happy hum day, everybody. Karen Coltrane from the Children's Museum of the Lowcountry. She's back again. It's Wednesday, so of course you're here with me, thankfully. All right, what do we have this week? We have something for the foodies, I heard, which is right up our alley.
It's right up our alley, but it is huge for the foodies. It's like Christmas for the foodies.
It is.
It's Restaurant Week in Charleston.
Finally, back again.
I know, isn't that great? So plan accordingly. But but yeah, that will. Everybody needs to be paying attention to that, and using that time to try out restaurants that you maybe haven't been in before. So it's great.
I love a three-course situation, you know?
That's right. And if you're going to take children, which is what we're all about here, to get their wiggles out before, I don't know if everyone's been to Shum Creek Park, so I just wanted to point that out as a possibility if you want to go late afternoon and then go get an early dinner during Restaurant Week, you know, get some of the energy out. But you can take the boardwalk out to the mouth of Shum Creek and you can see downtown Charleston. Right. I mean, it's wonderful. So even if you've done it before but you haven't done it lately, it might be something to do on a nice day if the weather's behaving for everybody.
It's one of my favorite places to go out and take a walk.
I think it is for a lot of people. Yeah. So just wanted to remind everybody that. And then there's great restaurants all over to hit. So, and then I'll just put in a plug at the Children's Museum. We've got Winnie the Pooh Day coming. It's still snowing on the weekend, so come on by. Always fun. So for today's parent tip, I'm tying it in with Restaurant Week, and that's going out to eat with children, which can be quite stress-inducing, depending on their age and what they are, but it also can be delightful. And so I want to, with a little prep, maybe we can talk about that, because when I was raising my own son, I would sometimes hear parents say, oh, my son will never behave, or we can't take him, he'll tear the place apart. But I always push back a little bit on that, because while waiting an hour at a white tablecloth restaurant for food with a hungry toddler is an unpleasant experience that should be avoided, there are many casual restaurants that cater to children and really give you a rich learning experience if you're trained to do it. So 3 little tips about dining out and make it enjoyable for you and your child. First of all, choose the right time. Opt for early dining times or less busy periods when they're not as tired, a little more relaxed atmosphere. Young children often do better in quieter environments, and you'll be more likely to have a more accommodating service during kind of off-peak hours. So, and I also want you to think about entertainment, but also education. So before you pull out the iPad and the phone and that kind of thing, just like we described a few weeks ago with the mom who packed a fun travel kit, you can keep your child occupied bringing along, you know, items for them. Books, crayons, you know, that kind of thing. But, you know, I'd also encourage you, even if you don't have anything and you're just out, is to use the restaurant as your educational tool. So take your child, pick them up, show them where the kitchen is. You can't go in the kitchen, but you can show them there, ask them what's happening in there. What do you think's going on? What happens to the dirty dishes? And engage in those kinds of conversations. Children are infinitely interested in what other people do. So if you can talk about the wait staff, count the tables, that helps with counting. How many people do you think can eat in the restaurant a night? Figure out how many glasses of water they have to pour every night. You know, there's ways to incorporate learning into what's going on around you, and restaurants are a real rich environment to do that.
Great idea.
And then the last one I'd say is just order thoughtfully. I personally like to look ahead at a menu before I go.
Me too. I'm like studying that every time I find out where I'm going. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to get beforehand.
Right, then I don't have to waste time. I can just get the order in. So I encourage parents to do that as well. And if you think there's something on there that's not going to work for your child and you can't find something, go ahead and call and speak to the restaurant and to the chef and see if there's a way that they could do something that your child would like. A lot of times they'll accommodate a request like that. So early, turn it into an educational opportunity, and know what you're going to order. Are
there any places around here you would really recommend that you know have, you know, really family-friendly menus? And
you know, I love anything outside for young kids. So Taco Boy, if you catch it before it turns a little bar-like. We've got wonderful neighbors across the alley from us at Share House and Bodega. Kids absolutely love it, and they're sitting outside so they can get up and walk around a little bit. That's those kinds of restaurants I think are
outdoor.
I like outdoor. Yeah, especially in our climate. It gives you just a little bit of if you do need to get some wiggles out, that helps.
I feel like a lot of times breweries are filled with kids. Very family-friendly environments.
Yeah, well, that came up. Remember at Christmas, we had a couple of breweries that had activities
Yeah.
for children. So we're seeing a lot more of that. And I think it makes sense. Everybody's happy in that environment. So,
when would you say is the time where it's okay to pull out the phone or the iPad and get, you know, Miss Rachel or whoever on the screen?
Right. I think when everything else has failed, it's absolutely fine to do that. Or honestly, if you're just wiped out that day and you just need a break, because you have to take care of yourself as a caregiver. So you know when that time is. But I just put that in there as a little bit of before that's the go-to, to see if you can't engage with them, because those are the moments when they grow up, honestly, they're going to remember and you're going to remember.
I love going out to eat with my baby cousins and all of them. They're fine, but like I feel like, you know, they don't have to be looking at the screen. They can be a little crazy.
Well,
it's
you know,
fun.
My son and I used to do, we would go out for Chinese and he would, not too loud, but we would drum.
I like that.
Yeah, and I would lay out the different sugar, you know, sweet and low, the 3 different colors. We'd talk about the colors. We'd play cards with them, like they were a card game, and I want a pink or I'll take a blue, and it just stupid made up games, but I still remember him fondly all these years later. I don't know if he'll admit it, but I do.
I have so many fond memories of going out to eat when I was little.
Yeah, so I encourage people, because like I said, I hear it a lot of parents go, oh no, it's just too much, it's not worth it. But, you know, let somebody else cook the meal so you don't have to, and clean up, and have that extra time while you're at the table with your child and just make good use of it.
Definitely. All right, Karen, thank you so much for all of this.
Thanks for having me.
Hopefully you score all those good restaurant week reservations.
Oh, heck yeah, every night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.